Attention, attention, overly blunt in this one. First to mention, gotta get your Thursday right for the weekend. Overly blunt podcast for the treatment. Keeping this shit 100 not a notch slow. Cause 99 too far from a hundo. New week, new Thursday. OBOB.
Here on the Overly Blown podcast, we take a fashion serious.
Oh,
In the most non-serious way.
In the most like non-kidding but kidding way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I usually wear different hats, so I try to.
Yeah, I have this thing where I try to wear at least like every episode. The top part is always different. It has to be like the shirt sweater have been different every episode.
So if you're gonna have 52 different fits for the show.
Yep.
Fire.
That's how we're gonna do it, good brother. We're gonna keep shopping till we go broke.
Okay, whoa. Stussy's selling Riverside canceled today.
Stussy was a Riverside today? Damn.
They canceled it though. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I've been spending a lot of money on clothes and been
thrift stores.
Thrift stores. You know what? I'm bougie.
Very.
You find bougie stuff at a thrift store.
No,
Good quality.
Tell her.
He's bougie in the sense of. Oh, you wore it? I don't want it. I asked him one time, "Hey Chris, can I borrow a shirt? Because I believe I spent the night here. I didn't have a shirt or something. I was like, yo, can I borrow a shirt? I wore it, and he was like, you could just have it. Cause I like he's the type to like, someone wore it, I don't want it.
Oh, okay.
That's how he is. So
I have what do you call it? I have only child syndrome, but I'm not an only child.
Oh, okay.
If that makes sense.
he's the oldest, so he doesn't know the feeling of like hand-me-downs or anything like that. It's more so just like I'm the first one to get it, and you could have it when I'm done. So thrifting for him, we went thrifting once, right?
That's the story I wanted to tell.
We went thrifting once, right? And I copped. What did I cop?
We went to Savers.
Yeah, we went to Savers, and I copped something, and I wanted to get stuff for a photo shoot. Mm-hmm. And I think we went home with like 2-3 pieces. Not once as we wore them. It was just like, I mean.
What did I say? I was like, they smell.
Yeah. First thing he did. First thing he did was like, he held it. He was like,
that's what he said.
And he was like, "You gonna wear this?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, it looks dope." I mean, the smell is gonna go away. Throw the softener in it and like some tissue in the dryer. It's gonna go away. He not like that. He smell it first and gonna be like, "Yeah, that predetermined my purchase."
I'm a special person. I'm just weird.
We went to the warehouse sale, right? Cheap shit. He gonna tell me it's whatever because the last one I went to, everything was cheaper and it came packaged.
Bro, some of these clothes were on the grass. I don't want that shit no more. That shit already got germs on it, bro. What the fuck?
That shit like 40% off for brand new shit.
Oh man.
Regardless if like no one wore it, so.
Alright, bro, but. We off clothes. We off clothes, man. It's not this episode's not about clothes today. Today on the Overly Blown podcast.
It's about fake seafood.
It's fake seafood.
It's about vegan sushi.
It's about vegan sushi. Speaking of vegan sushi, on the Overly Blown podcast today, we have none other than Stephanie from JadesVeganSushi. Hey, next season, bro, we're definitely having a little.
That was the most animated one we've had so far.
I know.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, she actually.
Because usually they be like, "Oh yeah." You're like, "All right."
But this is the Overly Blown podcast, the only podcast we're keeping at 99 is way too far from 100. It's a new week. It's a new Thursday. Your host, Chris X Matt. I got Manny in here with me today. Like always, we're running these episodes up. Season's about to come to an end. And so I'm very happy that you took the time to come and just show love, I guess.
Yeah,
And people always ask me, like when I ask these people, like, what are we going to talk about? Or like some people might ask why I want you on this podcast. It's because I like to show love to the stuff that I'm into, and vegan food is one of the stuff that I'm really into. And I know that I just want to show people that it's fun. It's fun to be vegan, and you can still eat the same. You still can enjoy everything the same, and your food specifically, though, I was kind of like amazed because I was never a sushi person. I always was like, every time people invited me to go to sushi, I'm not into that raw stuff, nothing like that. And some people told me, you can get the fried one that's fried and everything. And even then, I still never gave it a shot. And so when I had yours, I was just like, okay, I like this. I like this this sushi and this roll. And yeah, so just thank you so much for just coming on and showing love
and showing him a new world of like
Food.
taste palette.
Yes.
Because when I first met him, his taste palette wasn't as broad as it is now. Like he hated onions. He hates food that's wet.
Yeah, I don't like sauces. I'm not very much of a sauce person.
Like his sauce is ketchup.
Yeah,
that's
the
his
only
shit.
thing I like.
That's it. That's his shit. So for you guys, like I don't know the type of the orange. What is
we
it?
do the spicy mayo and the unagi sauce.
Yep. So to me,
But I don't know why though. I don't get disgusted by vegan sauces though.
I feel like it's because they taste, to me, they're pastier. It's more of like I feel like the vegan sauces, even the cheeses to me is like pasty, almost like, it's not a weird thickness to it. It almost like collapses, but there's like a thickness to it.
Yeah, that's true.
Like it's its own texture rather than wet.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I like.
So sushi, right? Were you like a big fan of sushi? Is that why you decided to go with sushi, or?
Yeah, actually, I tried sushi when I was like probably 19. I think I first tried it.
Mm-hmm.
And
How old are you now, if you don't mind us?
I'm 29.
Okay.
Yeah, about to be 30. So yeah, I tried it, and the first time I passed by a sushi restaurant, I said all you can eat sushi, and I was like, ew, that sounds gross. Like, I don't know, it didn't sound appealing. But one day before work, it was New Year's, I just decided to stop by, like, because I was working so much. So I was like, okay, I'm going to stop by and treat myself because I've never had sushi.
Yeah.
And I got a California roll. And I was like, ooh, this was so delicious. Like, I thought it was so awesome.
But at this time, you weren't a vegan yet, right?
Oh, yeah, no, this was a long time ago.
Okay.
But yeah, then I really enjoyed cooking and making food. And one of the things I wanted to learn was sushi. And Jade's dad was just telling me that, oh, yeah, my previous girlfriend, like, she showed me how to make sushi. And I was like, oh, you should show me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we made regular sushi. Like with crab meat, regular crab meat, and I learned there.
Real crab meat.
Yeah,
right?
crab meat. And then life happened.
Mm-hmm.
I got introduced to weed and documentaries, and it like changed my life.
Oh, okay.
What documentary made you convert?
Well, it wasn't that. It wasn't like I didn't watch a documentary on being vegan. I watched documentaries on like the world. Like I used to live in a bubble. I didn't know about our government or food or anything of that.
We get into our we get into the good stuff.
So you're becoming more like socially woke, quote unquote.
Oh yeah, it like blew my mind. It was just like, oh my god, like government, like the food, like everything. I was just I got depressed for a little bit, like not crazy depressed, but I was just like, like the world is shit. Everyone's evil, But
I just went through this.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been waking up to the bullshit of the world, but like last year, I was in that depressed state where it's just like, man, like there's no hope, bro. Like no one cares, and the sad thing is that no one cares. Mm-hmm. And it starts getting frustrating when you like try to wake people up, and it's like they ain't trying to hear that shit. Mm-hmm. But I know everyone, they get there at their own pace, and I'm getting to a point where I'm realizing I can't, just because I found something out and I learned something, I can't expect the next person to also know the same information that I know, and that's where I'm balancing it out, because I'm like, bro, man, people are stupid, people get me mad, but it's like, just because I just found out, I can't expect someone just to already know. You get me? Because
I've been into theories since fucking high school. When I first met everyone, they would be like, this guy's kind of, a nut job.
Hold on, before we get into conspiracy theories, though, like, we're still on the sushi thing, because this is a whole other, whole other topic. But, so you said you started finding out stuff about the government and everything, and then...
Yeah, well, and then it was just, I felt like, I have this very vivid memory of me just looking in the ceiling, like, in bed, and just thinking about everything I was learning. And then this little voice was just like, everything's connected. And then I was like, I laughed at myself because I was just like, what the fuck does that even mean, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But as I did more research, I started seeing, I guess, the light, you know, in a sense. Like, I was just like, wait, like, I have the power of choice. Like, I can choose where I get my food. I could choose what I eat. I could choose where you vote, you know, just like little things. And
You had a voice.
yeah. And then I learned about Nikola Tesla. And one of the quotes that really just changed my life, or just made me really think, was, if you wish to understand the universe, you must think of energy, frequencies, and vibrations.
369.
And it just made me want to raise my vibrations, you know, like live in a higher vibration. And then that led me to the choices of like, when I found out about like the meat industry and everything, like, oh wait, I don't want to eat that. I started making my own products, like deodorant, toothpaste.
So you do more than just the sushi, I mean just the food.
Mahabu, I did that before I did the food.
Oh, okay.
Because I love getting ingredients and making something out of it. It gives me a lot of pleasure to do
dope.
that. And then I wanted to do it things that help raise other people's vibrations. To me, it was like, I wanted to spread self-love, because I started learning about all kinds of things, self-work, everything. So to me, it was like, when I put on things in my body that didn't have any crazy chemicals or anything, I felt like, oh, that feels good for me. So I wanted to spread that love and joy.
Dang, you said self-love, and I think we all need love right now, man. I think we're at a time where we need the most of love.
Oh, she got it. She got it.
She a smoker, bro. She know what she doing.
I limit my smoking because I just like go somewhere else.
I feel it. But earlier you said that you used to be in a bubble, right?
Uh-huh.
What do you mean by bubble? Because I said the same thing. I grew up like in a bubble. I grew up thinking that my friends had to like, because I didn't grow up rich and wealthy like that, nothing like that. But my parents always did. You know, we had money to an extent. And now that I'm older, I realize that I was in a different situation than my friends and everything, like financially. And so I grew up in a bubble thinking that everyone grew up how I grew up, and thinking that, you know, everyone's parents really love each other. And, you know, I didn't grow up in a toxic environment like a lot of, you know, households. So I'm growing up, I'm thinking, like, I'm assuming everyone's growing up how I'm growing up. So then when you get to a certain point, it's like, I've been in a bubble this whole time. Like, I've never had to stress, and I've always had everything handed to me. I always had my mom and dad for everything, you know, since whatever age. I always asked, and I would receive, you know. I would just do good in school, and then I would receive. So realizing, like, damn, not everyone grew up like this, and it's kind of, because even now, I still catch myself. He actually makes me catch myself in, like, bro, your perspective, like, is wrong. Like, you can't think like that. And it's like, it's hard, and that's a constant battle of trying to break out of it, because it's true, you know, I just assume everyone should be like me, and that's not how it works. So what do you mean by you were in a bubble?
Yeah, I was in a bubble in that form. I was more like, I believe the media. I thought our government was here to protect us. I thought, you know, just, it was more that kind of
I didn't even
bubble.
think this episode was going to go like that, but that's what's going on right now. Everyone believes the media for everything, and coronavirus, and everyone's like, it's just so much fear, and that causes a low vibration. It causes you to get, if you're fearing more, you're gonna get sick more. And just when you start figuring shit out like that, it's like, man, we really got everything fucked up. Because even on my podcast, I had a guest, shout out to Mother Water. Him and her, they put me on to, like, our body was at a 52, 48 hertz. What is the vibration?
Nah, the universe is 432.
But what's our vibration that we gotta be at so we don't, like...
Cancer grows at 40. So a genius is at 85 to 90. That's an alkaline body vibration right there. So, like, you gotta think, a lot of these geniuses, they had special lives. Like, they did, like, they ate certain ways. I'm sure they had a routine, like... I'm going to feed myself at 6 p.m. and 9 a.m. Probably, like, you know, weird shit like that, to where they were just different. It wasn't the norm. It wasn't the 3 meals a day. It wasn't had the pyramid. It wasn't none of that. And back then, it was just different type of manufacturers for food. It was, like, more fresh. It was less GMOs. It was just natural, you know? So... Like the dude from India, how Joel was saying how he grew up he grew a extra gland on the roof of his mouth. Or actually, I think I said that on Joel's episode. But he grew a gland on the top of his mouth, but he never ate. Like, he just sat in the sun. And the gland would create like a liquid that would feed his body everything he needed to live. And they had him in a hospital for a month, and he was able to survive. Like, no food, no water. They just had him hooked up to machines.
That's fucking crazy.
But that's how, like, his frequency was probably, like, on a whole different level. Probably 100 plus.
So when you start finding out that shit's bullshit, how does it fuck you up?
Well, like, I'm just a naturally positive person. So, like, at first I was feeling, like, kind of sad and, you know, in my world depressed. Nothing, like, severe or anything,
Right, yeah.
but just feeling like, damn, you know, hopeless a little bit. But like I said, I just kept doing research. I had this hope inside me. And yeah, I just wanted to change my life. So I started doing little things, more research, and like, soon after that I got pregnant from Jade. So I was just like, you know, made her baby food and, you know, tried to do as much as I could.
You were
like,
making her
with the
baby
things.
food?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's fire.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So how about even like vaccines? You're anti that?
Yeah, okay, so I was so conflicted. You know, I did so much research and it was just like, yes, no. Until Jade's dad told me. He probably just told me because he didn't want to deal with it. But he was just like, because I was like, you know, you have to help me because it's so much and this and that. And he was just like, you're a mother now. You have to follow your intuition, like what feels right for you.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah.
And I was like,
regardless of what anybody thinks.
Exactly, because
Regardless.
my family was just like, she's gonna die.
Yep.
She's gonna die, and you know, it's so scary having a kid. Like, since they're inside you, you're like so scared. Are they gonna be okay? Are they growing okay?
I can just imagine.
Yeah, but so yeah, I decided not to vaccinate her because then I started doing more research. Like the first vaccine they give her, I forgot the name of it, but basically you only get it like if you're having sexual relationships or using the public restroom. And so I was like, well, she's a baby, you know? And anyways, I started doing a lot of research and a lot of them were like a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
So she wasn't vaccinated until she went to school. I wanted to homeschool her, but that didn't work out. So then I just got her the requirements. And then I had read, so what's not so great about vaccinating is when you do so many and at such a young age and their brain is not fully developed. So after 5 years old, if you do one at a time, it's not so severe, you know, and then like after you get them, you could do like clay in their bath to help them like detox, like the metals and all of that.
That's
so, you know,
dope.
I did that. But yeah, I wish I didn't have to, you know, or like she could do it when she felt ready if she wanted to. But, you know.
And then this date is kind of like, they push it down a lot.
Now they did. Before it wasn't like, so before I could just sign, it was against my religion. And it'll be fine. Nope, they just passed a law that you don't have to have them for school. And like, yeah, they're just pushing and putting more and more laws to like, just force you. So.
That's crazy.
Not even give you an option, but to force you.
Yeah, it's like if not, right now it's like if you want them to go to school, and then there's like certain ones they have to, and then there's all these other ones that are options. That's just, I don't know if it was like a year ago that just passed. It's like very recent. Because before I was just signing a waiver.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, I just, kept at it and like with the whole making my products and stuff. So a big thing that when I realized about life and I was depressed, I was like, the big thing that stood out to me, I was like, I do not want to work and die, just work to pay bills, your next bills and then it's just, you're just old and you die, like with a company that doesn't care about you, if you're useless to them, they'll just be like, okay, you're fired. So when I started doing my products, I would tell people about how you can make them. If you had a question like, oh, what do you do? Oh, here's the recipe, I got it on Pinterest. And, but then I was like, wait, there's some people that don't have the time, don't want to, and they rather pay.
Me.
And I was like, I'm here.
That's dead ass me because I support so many vegan businesses and food and all that stuff. And sometimes people be like, how come you just don't start cooking yourself, bro? And I'm like, but I'm the consumer. If it wasn't like for people like me, these people wouldn't have a business. So I don't mind supporting something because I'm not passionate about cooking. I'm not passionate about doing all that. So I'm gonna let you guys do that, and I'm gonna support it. So that's what I do. But that's funny because that's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. Like, cool, you did the research for me. You did the whole thing for me. I don't mind paying you the labor and for the product.
So yeah, and then I started just seeing like, oh, I'm gonna do things that I care about, and I just got really into like the law of attraction, and just so many things that kind of worked their way there. But making the products, there was a lot of things why it didn't work out so much. I wasn't making as much money, but with that business, it was my first business. Like, I used to do little things for people all the time, but never really call it a business. Like, I've always just been like, oh, you need help, I'll work, Like, I just done side hustles everywhere. But this time, I wanted to make it like a legitimate business, but I wanted to do it all by myself because I felt like it was my baby, and I felt like, I wanted to design the logo and come up with the name, and I just wanted to do it all. So yeah, it just didn't work out, and slowly, like life, I'm always learning. Like, I'm always learning from people. I'm just always observing.
Facts, man.
So,
Tell people.
Yeah, it's just slowly, I guess what I wanted to get to when I started the company, JadesVeganSushi, it was just because for Jade's birthday party, we did vegan sushi because, we're already vegan. So my friends from Just Vegana and Vegana Casera, they were Vegana Casera before.
Okay.
They went and they loved the sushi. Everybody at the party loved the sushi, And then since she already had a pop-up, she was like, wow, like, you should really do this. Like, the community really needs this. There's no vegan sushis. And, like, she just told me, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I've always wanted to have my own business. So it was just kind of like I went to go visit her at the farmer's market. And I was like, oh, yeah, like,
you got inspired.
We talked about it, and she's like, yeah, like, she's like, you could come help me. Like, I mean, you could set up where I set up, and she lent me her tent. Like, she guided me, and I've just been taking baby steps, so it wasn't so overwhelming. Like, I started just taking orders from my home and delivering them. I used to work at Vegan Fresh, a vegan restaurant in Loma Linda, and I would just tell people about it when they would come. I'd be like, oh, I do deliveries. And then doing slowly pop-ups, and then it's been growing. I'm so grateful.
That's so dope.
Yeah.
That's so dope.
Yeah, it's going somewhere. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah, and the big reason that I wanted to do, like, the type of food, and, like, because with my thing is I love flavor. Like,
Facts.
So I just wanted to make it easy for people to transition, because, yeah, before it was just... I remember when I went vegetarian first.
Right, same.
And then I thought I couldn't be vegan because I would try, like, the cheese, and I would just try food, and I was like, oh, this is not good. But then I met a vegan friend, and I started cooking for her because I was really into, like, cooking and inviting friends over. And she became my, like, best friend, and I would cook for her. Well, I would cook for us all the time, and I was like, damn, like, I actually can be vegan. Like, food, it gets really good, and there's just so many recipes, and... Once you start learning flavors and, like, herbs and ingredients, you could really be like, oh, this goes well together, this goes well together.
Yeah.
So, yeah, my goal was to just make it easier for people to transition and with good food,
But did you see the future in this this whole vegan wave that's happening? Like, did you see it already? Like, this is gonna be big, like this industry, and seeing the pop-ups and start happening. Did you feel like I should get in on? I need in on this.
Well, it was actually Just Vegana mentioned it too. She was like, yeah, like I don't know, like I've been a person that I talk about things and later they happen. I don't know, like they just put it out like, oh, like he was saying before, like he was into conspiracy theories and all of that, and they look at you weird like a nut job, but it's like, for me it was like, oh, you're just a pothead, So like with my family, when I would tell them like the benefits of it, because it's not just like, yeah, you see the benefits, you see like people are gonna wake up eventually, like the truth is out there and it's gonna come out.
Facts.
So then it was just I did see it, yeah.
I love when I have a guest on this podcast that preaches what I kind of preach. And I'm not the one saying it, dog. Like she's on the wave. She's on our wavelength. Like she, like it's just amazing when people come in here and you're spitting facts.
I just want to say thank you. I've always wanted to do a podcast.
No, thank you. Like it means a lot because this is like I said, this is my way of meeting people, and then I had your food already multiple times, and it's like, yo, I need her on the podcast. So the fact that you agreed, I'm like, cool, bet. And I just like to know the story in the back, because I didn't know that you did all these products and did all this stuff.
Yeah.
And so it's cool to hear it from someone that's living it, even with like kids. And we always ask the vegan moms like questions, and I like to ask stuff like that because I'm not there. I don't have any kids or anything like that. But it's nice to hear it from people do what you want, do what pleases you. Don't worry about what anybody says. So, and it's proof that it's actually like safe and it's healthy and it's regardless. I tell people all the time. I'm on IG and I follow people that have newborn babies and they're raising them vegan, and they're documenting every day, and they're showing me that like you don't need to vaccinate them, you don't need to do this. So, hey man, like
what I've really come to terms with though, there's so many truths out there. So I feel like speaking our own, and trying to do what we feel is best. Because I feel like when you think of evil sometimes too, it's like what could be evil to me could genuinely not be evil to you, So
That's a fact.
I feel like, because I feel we're all so different. Our bodies are so different. Like what may, because I started learning about that too when I would get into like natural. Totally lost the word for it, but just like medicine and
like holistic healing.
Yeah, holistic healing, and and then I was like, wait, why doesn't this work for these people, but it works for these people, and it's like, I just started learning like we're all so different, so I do understand that some people vaccinate and some people don't, I just feel like we all just have to do what we feel is best.
But the majority just vaccinate because it's what we're told we have to do.
Yeah, of course.
Like you go to the doctor and don't just drink some milk, it's good for your bones.
Yeah,
that's just bad for you, bro.
Yeah.
Like a lot. So okay, so when it comes to like you say your family, it's a lot of conflict.
Wait, I got a question.
Go ahead.
If people were to know that if people had an option, and if people were to know that the truth behind all of this, do you think they would convert? Majority?
That's a good question, because I do say we have some of the dumbest population, I feel like, and I think even with the facts in your face, I think people are still like, nah, bro, but it ain't bacon.
I feel like an observation I made, like when I would tell my family, and like, when you get so excited because you learn all this and you just want to tell your friends and family.
Yes, you do.
I noticed like with the older generation, it's kind of like I feel like they feel attacked in a sense, like I'm older and I should know better, So then it's kind of like block it off, because when I said it was like, you're crazy, I'm not gonna listen to you. But then they would learn from other people, and then they would be like, oh, like
onto
this
something.
and that, or not even acknowledge that I said it before or anything,
Right.
but it was like they're trying to tell me now, and I'm like, oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And I don't know too, because I do get people that do know the facts, but they're just so close-minded. They're just like, no, like I don't even want to try it. Like I'm not gonna try it. Like
Don't you think that's crazy though? When when someone's like, oh, that looks bomb. Oh, it's vegan though. Oh, I'm good. Explain that. Can you explain that logic? Can you explain that?
It's a closed-minded taste palette.
No, but I think that's just, I don't know. I have an uncle. He came to one of Jake's birthday party, and I had like a nacho bar and then some sushi, and like, he saw the nacho bar and it looked bomb. He was serving himself, and then another uncle came like, oh yeah, like it's vegan, and he was like, he put it back, and I was like, you're really not gonna try? Like I had to be like, are you really that close-minded? Like, and then he probably felt attacked, and he was just like, no, like, I'm not going to try it, not going to try it, like, he just wanted to be in his way. Like, it was just more of an ego thing. But yeah, I don't get it either. I'm like,
don't get it.
It's a chip, or beans are vegan. Like, what are you talking about?
But it kind of goes to show how conditioned we are, where you need meat every meal. Like, it's kind of pushed on you like animals, bro. Animals. And it's just, at this point, it's like, there's not enough animals to feed everybody in the world. There's not. That's why we have these Amazons burning and shit, because they're trying to make more farms, and it's sick. It's evil. And it's funny too, when people see a dog get beat up or something, oh my gosh, I love animals, don't do that. I'm like, but you just ate a fucking burger. You just want to go eat some seafood. It's like
selective
caring. Yeah. I mean, I always say, as humans, we're walking contradictions. To an extent, everyone's a walking contradiction. But yeah, well, my family was kind of different. Well, honestly, it was easier for me to go vegetarian once they left. Because, they left and I ended up staying here. And it's like, okay, cool, now I have to cook for myself. I have to, do my own thing. But I don't cook as much for myself. But when I initially was like, I had the info already. See, I knew everything about the meat, about the dairy. It was just now when I was going to decide to give it up and get disciplined. And when I did, he made it a lot easier too because he was already vegetarian when he moved in. And so it was easier because every time we want to go out to eat, I had to kind of like accommodate to him in a way. Mm-hmm. But it was still easier because he still eat cheese and stuff like that. So he could still go basically anywhere. But eventually, I just took the leap and I started finding out about all the vegan people and the vegan fairs and everything. I'm like, oh, what? And then I had Vegancita on here last week, and I even told her, I'm like, when I had your concha, I realized I can have anything that I want vegan. Like anything that I want vegan.
Yeah.
And then I see you, and I had like that. The first time I had your food was at the Mission Tattoo, behind the Mission Tattoo, and I took my mom and my sister with me. They're not vegans at all. They still eat meat. My sister, she loves sushi, so she decided to try the sushi. She was like, this is amazing. Like this is. Like, she was even telling me, like, yo, mail me some out here, because I live in South Carolina, and I'm like, okay, like, well, how's that gonna work? But then my mom, she tried, D Vegan Munchies, she tried, her menudo, and she was like, how is this better than real menudo?
Right?
So,
she has so much.
So, yeah, so it opened her mind up now, and even my mom now, she's like, I learned a lot, she tells me that she learned a lot from me, and now she's, my dad's even considering, my dad's even like, if we want to lose weight, we gotta do what Matthew did, and just go vegan, and this is dope. It's dope to have that influence now, and they see that, like, I'm showing you guys there's options. Like, it's not hard. Like, we can enjoy the same food, but let's popularize it so it can be easier to get this food, and it can be around the corner. It can be here. It can be there. Instead of waiting for a pop up, instead of waiting, for whenever they post up. So, yeah, I love the way this shit's all going, and it made it so easy. And I just try to push it. Even at first I tried to like be more on everybody's head, like don't eat meat. But now it's just like I'm gonna just show through my actions.
Exactly.
And that's all you can do.
Exactly.
That's all you can do. So, yeah, shout out to all the vegans, man.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, because people like you guys are changing the game. Like, we need people like you guys that, like, all these small businesses, you guys are changing the game. Like, it's different. You guys are taking the power out of corporate businesses. Like, that shit's big. And it's so small, and it's like, people don't look at the future in this shit. Like, it's so soon, and yo, you can make milk different ways. You can make cheese by nuts. Like, when you start seeing all this shit, it's like, why are we killing animals still?
Yeah.
Because even at first, I stopped doing it for health reasons. But now, I see the immorality in killing the animals. Like, why do we gotta kill them to enjoy a nice meal? When you can put fucking herbs and spices on that dead flesh anyways. But, it's just, we're conditioned. And it's just whenever people decide to wake up, I guess.
Yeah. And all the amazing, like, I'm so, so grateful, that I get to work with so many amazing different vendors that they get so creative and they just inspire me all the time, and they make such delicious food and they make it look so beautiful, and I'm really excited every time I go to work. I lost a lot of weight when I first went vegan, but since I eat all the time now because we do trades.
Yeah, exactly. Every time people, and I always tell people, don't get it fucked up, like, just because I'm vegan or whatever, don't mean I eat the healthiest. Like, don't get it fucked up. Like, people always assume that, oh, what do you just eat plants and all that? Like, nah, like, I still eat bread. I still eat a lot of bullshit, I read ingredients, and as long as it has no milk or no animal, I'll get it. But it still has other bullshit in it, you feel me? But it's processed, I know that. But as long as I don't got animals in it, I'm gonna eat it. So I tell people, like, don't get it fucked up. Don't convert and start eating Beyond Meat all the time and Impossible Burgers, because that shit's not good for you either. Don't start eating all these cheeses, because that shit's not good for you either. And that's why people get it fucked up. They just think, like, oh, you're vegan, so you're healthy. And it's like, nah, bro. It's not like that.
Yeah, but I make my sushi with brown rice just because it has more benefits, and I feel like...
Oh, your sushi's made with brown rice?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
But it's white.
No. Oh,
But the color's white, no?
No, it's short grain brown rice.
That's dope.
So at least you get that, because like white rice has absolutely no benefits at all, like no nutritional value. So I just try to do little things, but then I think where for me it makes it unhealthy, it's the frying for the fried ones. But yeah.
But like that should just be like those type of foods should just be the cheat day foods. You feel me? Like realistically, that should be your cheat meal. But
that's why it's at the pop-ups.
Yeah.
Do you remember your first pop-up? Like actual with your whole tent and everything?
Yeah. So it was crazy.
Were you scared or nervous?
Well, I was excited before yeah, it was just me and Jade's dad. We set up at Cosmic Brewery in Torrance and next to Vegana Casera. So, you know, we got there really early. We set up the tent, cooked the rice. We did everything in there. And we got a huge line. And before we would make like the rainbow roll, we would make like super like, so it's like tuna and avocado on top. So it would be so time consuming. So and it was just us two and we had like huge line.
But how did that make you feel though?
Oh, it felt really good after.
Yeah.
It was just
overwhelming
like,
at first.
It was very overwhelming and, you know, because, well, at first I was like, okay, we had to actually take a break because the rice was cooking. At one point we finished all the rice. And we took like a 30-minute break and we told people if you want to come back, we're like reorganizing ourselves. And then again, we did it and we sold out super fast. And we had a lot of like sad people that were like, we drove here, we're really excited. And you know, they were expecting us to kind of be like legit, maybe what they were used to, you know, like at least to be able to find the food. But yeah, I felt really bad about that. But yeah, it was really, really nice. It felt very empowering to be like, wow, like people really, because we got so many compliments. And
that's so dope.
They were like excited for us and
you learned from your first one.
Oh yeah, of course.
Well, yeah, so you know how to punch it.
Yeah, every time we just keep learning and learning.
You bought more rice for the next one.
Yep, I sure did. Yeah.
You said so bad.
You said,
well, I took one big bag of rice and then so we cooked that in multiple times and then we ran down. They're like, oh well, next time you have to bring more rice and we did and we came more prepared and then slowly started getting help and.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's super dope.
What made you pick just one bag?
I had no idea what I was doing. Like I had never done a pop-up. I was just like, okay, we're gonna go, and one bag seemed sufficient enough in my eyes. Like I didn't think we were gonna get as many people. Like I had no idea what I was really
You had no bar set for like what the expectation was.
Yeah, I didn't. I was just going on and doing, you know, trying something new.
And what year was this?
I'm so bad with dates, but I'm gonna estimate around late 2017.
Okay, so that's still pretty early in this little.
Yeah.
That's fire. That's fire.
Yeah.
That's fire. So 3 years already, like doing this thing, and do you enjoy it?
Oh yeah, so much.
You feel like you're walking in your purpose?
Yes. Like I worked other jobs before, and sometimes, you know, you're having a bad day or something, and it's just like, here comes a customer. Like, you know, it's just with what I do, it's like I'll be having a bad day, and then I'm working, and you know, and it's like, I have a customer. You know, yay. I feel really good. I feel really proud of what I'm doing. Like that I get to make, you know, be like, okay, I'm gonna put this together. And that people really enjoy it. You know, part of like living in my high vibrations, I love to set good intentions into my food. So, you know, I'm always like that it makes people feel good and, you know, that they enjoy it. That,
you know, it's funny.
People think
that sounds corny when you say like cook your food with love, but that shit really like
it's so
all that shit matters, bro.
Game changer.
What?
Just the food.
Yeah, I was, you know, like, if someone told me that before when I was younger, I'd be like, you sound dumb. No, bro, like, just give me that shit.
Bro, even in India, they'll play, like, music for the cows a little bit. Like, throughout the day, they'll just have the radio on next to the cows. Just so they have, like, some shit going through their ears rather than, like, just...
Why is it that in your country they worship the cow so much, but you guys are big on lamb?
I'm not sure. I wouldn't say we're big on lamb as far as like, because it would be 50-50. Because, well, I wouldn't even say 50-50. I would say like 30-70. 70% would eat meat. But that's just a weird estimation for my state, I would say. I think most women don't eat meat.
Like the alpha thing? A milk thing?
Yeah, and then there's a lot of Sikhs that don't eat any animal either. They just drink milk. So.
But you guys drink. Yeah, you guys like dairy a lot, right? But you guys.
Yeah.
That comes from the cow, so you guys don't kill them?
Nah, we don't kill
It's
the
more
cow.
like being vegetarian.
Yeah, like there's no. I haven't seen like a mass like dairy. We don't have dairy cows out there.
What is this thing that Bill Gates is saying about that cows is like farting and they're fucking up the ecosystem? You heard that?
The methane.
Yeah, supposedly they release shit when they fart.
Yeah.
That's facts?
Fart and when they shit, yeah, it's like methane. Like carbon dioxide methane.
What
There's some
the
weird
fuck?
shit like that. But
So he's trying to promote to eat more cows then.
no.
No, he's trying to promote the opposite. Cause yeah, we don't need all those. The reason we have so many, it's because of the industry of like.
Right. Yeah.
meat industry.
Because you have like 85,000 cows in one fucking dairy farm.
And how many gallons of water do you need just to like produce one steak or something like that? Like a lot? Like.
Yeah, a lot. I don't know. The
Yeah,
facts,
like, bro,
to be
that
honest.
shit
That's
weird.
just wild.
That shit weird. It's so sad.
But in India, like for us, it's the more cows, the better.
More cows the better?
Yeah, because it's like, whenever I go there, we have like a bunch of, we'll have like maybe one or two male, like a young male and an old male, and they usually like they sell them, they'll flip them, they flip the cows, and we'll have like 4 or 5 female ones where we get the milk from, then we'll have like 1 or 2 little baby ones, so they'll like. That's how they flip them. But it's never like, oh, let's kill this one and eat it. It's never like, let's fake impregnate them. Nah, like I feel like they do it in seasons. This cow produces milk for this season. This cow produces milk for this season. I feel like they kind of time it. That's just like what I assume. Never been explained to me, but that's just me kind of adding like the whole. They don't worship it; they praise them.
They praise them, yeah.
Cause we also make money off the milk. Cause we sell milk, so it's like in the morning, my aunt she'll like go to the farm. She'll milk the cow, bring home like a bucket, and she'll like fill up a bottle, put it outside. Milkman gets it. Then they'll get like a monthly check, or a weekly check, one of the two. But they sell it to like restaurants or like the district or whatever. Because the restaurants create cheese out of that milk. It's like homemade cheese.
Yeah.
So.
Oh man, poor animals, huh?
I don't. For me, I personally don't see it.
We're animals too, though, and we're going through a lot of bullshit.
For me, I personally don't see. I never seen a cow be mistreated out there.
Well, I feel like too when I first went like. Because with me, it wasn't like, oh, I'm going to become vegan, you know? Like, when I first started, I was like, oh, I'm not calling myself anything, you know? I'm just making choices. Like,
Facts.
I'm choosing not to eat this. Like, I was vegetarian for a whole year, you know? Like, I felt, before when I would have people argue, like, about me not eating meat, it's like, oh, well, before we used to hunt and this and that, and I'm like, well, okay, like, if you were going to go out there and you could kill your food, you know? I guess eat it. Like I would, you know, pray on it, and you know, if I could do it, I personally couldn't do it, but I don't know if other people can.
That's that's how I feel on it.
But yeah, like I felt like, yeah, it's just it was more than just like I feel like, you know, everything. I don't know the word for it. I want to say spectrum, but just you know, I would get like, I have a friend, she grows her own, like, vegetables. She has hens, and she eats the eggs from them, and, like, you know, they live a long life. Like, she treats them very well, and then, yeah, the other day I saw, like, she, you know, they killed one, and they were, like, being very grateful, and they used absolutely everything from them, and I was just like, oh, okay, like,
That would be
you know,
considered kosher, huh? Or halal?
No, that's just, like, you're using everything about it. It's not even, that's just, like, common principle.
Okay.
Like Native Americans would do that. Like just the ancient people would do that. They'll make use of everything about the animal.
yeah.
That's why they'll have like horns like as decoration or like teeth as like
souvenirs type
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, but I just felt like, yeah, I didn't judge her, you know. It was just like, she takes care of so many animals, and you know, she takes care of her food, and I don't think she's a horrible person. Like I said, there's different evils for different people, you know. But yeah, I guess like in a mass, when you think about what we're doing in the world now, like with all the you know, the food industry, the dairy industry, all of that, like they're just like raping and killing, and there's just nothing humane about it, you know.
Yeah.
And then for me, that's what like really got me.
And a lot of people can't watch those videos.
Yeah.
They can't stomach it. And
They hate
choose,
it.
They
They
choose to just scroll past it. They're like, I'm not watching that.
Unfollow. Don't send me that shit, bro.
Yeah, it's
Like, that shit's wild.
It's wild.
And for me, it's just shocking because I remember when I first tried meat, I was a senior in high school. And the first time was like a fucking chicken sandwich at lunch or something. Spicy chicken sandwich. And then from that point on, I started eating meat till like maybe 21. And I just remember like my fingers were thicker. My ring is still like stretched out from just how much swollen my fingers were. Like the way I was a little bit clean. I was clean shaved for a little bit of it. But it just looked funny. I just felt weird. And yeah, once I stopped eating meat again, I'd have just like, I don't know, I went through a phase or something. Some type of enlightenment happened to me. And I just did it on my own this time. This time, because before it was just like my mom's vegetarian. So I never like ate meat really. So there would be sometimes in New York where it would be like, she'll chop up some hot dogs or some shit like. But that was really it. So when I did it on my own, it just felt more consciously right. Like within my soul, it was like, this is the step I need to take. That's gonna start something, I guess. And yeah, after that, it's just ever since then. Like lately, I've been catching on. Like I want to do things right within my soul, and I know I can't really kill an animal like that. You know, like I feel like even if an animal was hurt and is struggling, and like the humane thing would be to take it out of its misery. For me, I feel like that would still be hard.
Yeah.
Like I can't. It's just wild, you know, like just that energy transfer. And then that's the other thing, like when people eat the meat out here, like these cows are stressed. I seen a video of this cow crying like this. They broke her out of this thing. They broke her out of this slaughterhouse. Like she was on her way there to like, she was in a hitch or something. And when the guy was in the gas, some shit, like they ended up letting the cow escape, kidnapped her, took her to an open farm, and just fucking let her free. This cow was just crying, like moo, like making noise to the people.
That's so fun, man. That's just
She was just
sucks,
crying, bro. And she was just like, and they were like, look, she's just happy, and she was like fucking jumping around. I'm like, that's dope. Like y'all, that's dope. Y'all did that because they don't show these cows having emotion. That's one thing that's not promoted, is that these animals have emotion. It's usually like puppies, cats, iguanas, like reptiles don't really show emotion, but...
Yeah, I don't really care about reptiles.
Because they don't show emotion. But I feel like they also don't have the brain power to show emotion. Like, how you gonna feel emotion from a snake?
I know people that love their snakes, but
But
their snakes love them.
Yeah,
but...
that's the thing. But I feel like there's certain animals. I feel like animals that give birth, like naturally.
Yeah, mammals. Yeah.
I feel like they're mammals also because they have emotion. Like they have empathy. They understand birth and they understand death. Because even dogs, when the owner dies, dogs be going back to the grave.
They feel that shit. Sometimes they end up dying too. Because they miss the owners.
Or even other dogs, like if they grew up together or some shit. Like the dog, you ever see the videos of the dogs like, get the fuck up, but the dog's dead in the street or something? Yeah. The dog would be dead in the street and the other dog's just sitting there crying, trying to tell him, like, get up.
Yeah.
That shit wild. It's sad too, like.
People don't have hearts, bro.
And then in the media, they put like happy cows in the farm, you know, like they make it seem like, because Yeah, I had no idea what a farm actually looked like. I had that media like, oh, it's a farm. They're walking around. They get sunlight. You know,
Like,
they eat. They live their life. And
They
then,
live on that Hidden Valley farm.
They don't even got no fucking room. They're all tired and everything. That's just whack.
The chick, bro, and they feed them corn. That's the other part, cause you can't digest corn. So cows having 4 stomachs, you load them 4 stomachs up, and once the legs break, they kill that. And they just and the thing is, it'll be cows that are barely born. They'll just start feeding them corn, and they'll just start getting bigger and bigger and bigger, bro. And they kill. That's why it's a quick process, cause they grow big so fast, and they just kill them.
And, you know, it's that part too. That a lot of people eating like bullshit meat too. Like all the especially in our communities, like the lower income communities, they don't the supermarkets, they don't got good quality meat. Yeah, they're getting all the that shit's basically brown by the time you buy it. You have to cook it that day, or else you don't even cook it. So it is sad. It is fucked up. But
yeah, like they put like just colorings to make it.
And then it's thrown out. Not even given to like the homeless or something. Like, yo, like give this a chance.
We're so this country's so fucked up, man. It's so fucked up.
France banned that.
Yeah, they give their food to homeless, huh?
Yeah, they I think they just dump it in a big ass like thing, and the homeless people could come by and like just get some.
So you were into conspiracy theories too?
Oh yeah.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite one? What's your favorite one?
No, what's the one that you've been onto lately? That's an easier question.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So lately I've just been working my ass off. So I really don't have time for a lot of things. Actually, I'm just getting back into it. Like, I'm barely getting to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start training people so they could, cause I do everything. You know, I could do everything, and yeah, this is not just like, oh, when I do the pop-ups, it's like every day, you know, like you have to buy something, you have to, there's always work for it. So yeah, lately, only now recently, I'm like, okay, I need to go back to myself. You know, I need to start doing things for myself, because it just got to like, it became work. Yeah, like, I mean, I enjoy it and I love it, and I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world.
But yeah, you gotta balance it out.
But I have to balance it out, because then it's gonna just drain me, and then I'm not gonna come from a place from my heart, and you know, like, yeah. So that's why I've been getting, I just came right now from Kundalini yoga, and I'm like trying to get to my yoga classes. I've been like moisturizing my skin, because I stopped doing that. I stopped like taking care of myself, just because it's exhausting.
Yeah,
it's a lot of work. But I would say, I mean, I watched everything from like the first ones that really like shook me. It was one on, I think it was Netflix. But yeah, I don't remember what it was called, but it just talked about like, there was a couple of them that really shook me actually. So it was the one about the like 9/11 and government conspiracy. Then there was the one about religion that super shook me too. Cause you know, I mean, I never was like, oh, I'm going to church, but you know, you believe in a heaven and hell, right, you know? So then, and then, yeah, that, I always question it, just because I was like, wait, if God, like, I didn't know I never really read the Bible or anything, but if, you know, you were going to say, oh, God would kill because, or he's like, jealous God and all this, and I'm like, wait, I'm not like that. And, you know, am I better than God? Because, like, I'm not jealous, so I wouldn't kill people, you know? Like, it got me questioning. But anyway, so I saw another one about just, like, the, religion and how they got a lot of things just from astrology and so many things. Yeah. And then...
Like, it was a priest that invented the Big Bang Theory, bro. A priest...
There's UFOs and old Jesus paintings.
I mean, the term conspiracy is just so funny, because, you know, we lost a great one recently, you know, R.P. Kobe Bryant. That shit really does suck. Did you have any, like when stuff like that happens, do you kind of question it, or you kind of just like, you know, it is what it is?
I did before. Now it's just... I don't know. There's so many like just loopholes and loopholes. Like when you would do research, it's like
You don't like the rabbit hole.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the rabbit hole. That's what it is. Like yeah, it was just. Yeah, I used to get into it, but right now I don't have time, you know? So, okay, so it was so crazy because I would get lost in that. So it just came
like
to a point...
Like Illuminati shit or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then it just became to a point where I had to be like, I'm going to be the change that I want to see in the world, and I'm going to, like, focus on what I can control and what I can do. Because then it just got very, like... I don't know, frustrating, you know, like so many like this and this and this is going on and
it's hard to keep up.
Yeah, it's so hard and it's like really like what can I do about it? You know, be a better person. Like that's all I can do about it.
Exactly.
So
yeah, I gotta stop pointing the finger, GB.
Just be a good person, bro.
Yeah, it's so simple. It's like down to that. Just be the change you want to be. As corny as it is, and as cliche as it is really just be the change you want to see in the world.
You'll start attracting. You start inspiring. Like, you know that's what you could do. You start meeting people where you don't feel like you know you have to be like, well, why don't you think like this? You know, like you'll start attracting all of that.
Yeah, like this conversation right now, like it's. We understand, like we don't sound crazy to each other when we say certain shit, and that I love that because it's so discouraging and so sad when like you know you dumb yourself down when you're around people when you just to keep the relationships going. You get me? Because you don't want to be that person to like you don't want to be the party pooper. You don't want to be the one that's like, well, we gotta think about what you want to eat too, and you know you don't want it sucks being that person, but I don't feel like I'm myself when I dumb myself down, when I balance it out, when I'm around family and it's like, I can only be around you guys so much because I can't. The gossip, the drama, the this, that, I can't do this. And I still love y'all and I still want to have a relationship with you guys. So in order to save that, I'm going to just dip. I was here for 10 minutes, showed face, I said what's up, I love you guys, but I'm out.
Yeah, for me, I became so quiet because, like, I lost well, I wouldn't say, I just stopped talking to so many friends because then I would go out with them and it's like, they didn't want to talk about what I wanted to talk about. I didn't want to listen to what they wanted to talk about. So it was just like, I distanced myself. My family, they was just like, you know, oh, you're just the pothead of the family. It's just crazy, Stephanie. Like, not until now where they see that I'm doing a life or like, I'm able to support myself and live in this truth that I'm living, you know, that they respect me because they're like, oh, okay, like you're actually doing something. You're not just being like I go party in the desert. So they're not like, you're not, they were just thinking it was so funny. You're just a pothead that parties in the desert. And I was like, I could do that and, you know, be successful.
Was Jade's dad like someone that you were able to, you know, just like click with because you guys kind of share the same interests? Because, you know, your family you kind of pushed him away. Was he someone that you guys related and he was like, okay, cool, I can be my real self around him?
Yeah, he smoked weed and he's actually...
I love that. He smoked weed. And we need more people like that.
I watched the documentaries with him, like,
you guys vibed. Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
So how's everything with you, like your family now?
It's good.
It's good now?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's not great, but...
Oh, they still haven't...
Oh, no, not about that. Just life, you know. There's other things.
Okay, yeah. All right.
With that, they respect me, like, you know, I make so many food that it's not like before, like, oh, you have to. They see the research. They work with me. Like, my mom, she helps. Well, she used to help me sometimes, you know. Now she helps me take care of Jade. So it's not like... They just have more information. They see other people. Like, you know, it's not as, like, before, like, oh, you're just a crazy pothead, you know?
When did you start smoking?
Yeah, I was already old, like,
old.
like, older. Because all my friends, they smoked in high school. I was like, I never touched weed in high school.
Okay.
Yeah, I was, like, 19 or 20. And I would smoke very rarely.
Very rarely?
Yeah. And then I got to a point where I smoked all the time, all day, every day, and now I'm at a point where, like, I'll smoke sometimes before bed. Like, let me just tell you a funny story.
Sure, we love stories on OB.
At work, sometimes I'll take a hit or two when I'm driving there, but I'll be, like, sober by the time I would set up. But one time we had this huge event at the park, and
Real one.
I would.
Should that be good by the time I got there?
And then, so we were at a park, you know, we finished already working, we sold out, and someone comes like, oh, you want to take a hit of the blunt? We still had to clean up and everything, but we were just done, so we're like, yeah, we took a hit, all our crew.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we smoked, and then we're like, okay, let's start picking up, you know, before the sun goes down. So we have 2 tables. We would pick up things, each people would put things over here, and then somebody else will come and put it back over here. We were just moving things around. We're like, okay, what have we been doing for the last 30 minutes? Let's just go chill, and then we'll come back. And we had to be like, okay, we gotta do this. But yeah, we were all still kind of new, you know, so we didn't know, like, now we have a routine. So all the vendors, like, they can make a little fun of me because they're like, I'm the first one to get there and I'm the first one to leave because, like, we pack so fast, we know where everything goes.
Down to
but
the
yeah,
strategy.
but that time it was just, since that day I don't, like, smoke and work. Like, I just,
Same.
I was there stretching or doing something else.
Hey, a lot of these vendors smoke, huh?
Yeah. It's really nice to not
No,
be like
shout out to veganism because she showed up and as soon as she stepped in, she's like, hey, let me rip that. She wanted to rip the bong and I was like, oh shit, like, all right, go ahead, do your thing. I was like, that's fire. First of all, you're a female and you're like the only guest that ever came in here was like, let me hit that. She didn't want to hit, the blunt last, she would have hit it, but she was like, let me hit the bong. I'm like, all right, say less.
Yeah, me too. When I found out, I was like, oh, that's so cool.
That's
like,
dope.
You know, I feel so comfortable just, you know, talking about weed and stuff.
Yeah, it's dope, man. Like that vegan community is growing and it's so dope, and I love that it's growing in the IE. Where you from?
San Bernardino.
San Bernardino.
Yeah.
Ooh, Dino.
I didn't grow up there, but I lived there. I've lived there for the past, I want to say, around there the past 5 years.
5 years, but where would you consider growing up? Where'd you go to high school at?
So I went Montclair High, and then Bloomington High.
Mm-hmm.
I finished.
You're IE.
Yeah, I've been IE my whole life.
IE, I love it.
Me too. Like, this is one thing that ever since I started with it, like, oh, well, if you could open your restaurant anywhere, you know, like, oh, the IE, you know, they're like, oh, not LA or something. Like, no, like, the IE,
bro.
It's just financially smarter too.
But the market is growing out here,
Oh, yeah,
and
definitely.
like LA already got their options. You know, LA has flooded, so it's dope that they're coming here to the IE. I love it. Riverside Festival, I'm with it. Every week now, I'm with it. Because SB's kind of fine, all right.
Bro, imagine a vegan fair.
Well, you were at the IE Vegan Fair, huh?
No. Like, I'm talking like a real fair. Is
They
that
have-
what it was?
they
It
have
was
a-
like a rides and everything.
Oh,
No,
like,
but I was just thinking about that not too long ago,
okay.
actually. Because I'm like, they call it a fair, and they don't have no rights. Like, you know, the ones that they do in LA.
yeah.
But,
Like an LA County Fair, but with vegan food?
Uh-huh.
What type of shit? That'll be fire. No, it's gonna get there. It's gonna get there.
It's
It's
getting
gonna get
everywhere.
there. It's getting everywhere, man. Like, if you see, like, I think you can find any type of food now vegan, too. And that's the dope part. Like,
And so many more to be discovered. Like, people are getting just so creative. It just opens you up to so many new foods, too.
yeah. I think what I want to see now is breakfast. We need a breakfast one.
Yeah, there's... Wicked Garden has a really cool breakfast menu.
Oh, do
like
they?
a brunch. Yeah, they have, like, French toast. They're so good.
Oh, word. They're there, too, huh?
Yeah,
They're there on Saturdays.
Uh-huh. And she actually just changed her lunch for Saturdays to the brunch menu. But yeah, she has really cool breakfast, and yeah, there's a few. I know it's hard. Like, that was. Yeah, I learned how to master the vegan breakfast.
Yeah, that's
like,
dope.
It was really awesome, but it was one of the things that I was. Because I love breakfast.
And how do you come up with the recipes for your soup? I mean, do you base your menu off a certain menu, or do you get an influence from a certain menu, or how do you pick what's gonna be on your menu?
I've just made different rolls. They come at different times. So I would say, like, at first, yeah, I guess I got inspired from Mexican sushi too a lot. A lot of people are like, oh, it's like Mexican sushi. I'm like, yeah, actually, it kind of is. Like, it has, like, both, you know?
What's Mexican sushi? What would we consider Mexican sushi?
Oh, like, have you ever been to Culichi Town?
Oh, okay. I was about to say that, like Culichi
Yeah,
Town.
but actually, like, my family's from Sinaloa, and I went to go visit my family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have so many sushi restaurants over there. But yeah, they get, like, you know, they get too crazy sometimes. Like, they put meat and chicken and, like, everything, like, but yeah, it just has, I guess, more like the carrot. I don't know. I think about stuff, and then they just come. Like the carrot, I was like, oh yeah, like crab meat, and you season it, or like or sometimes like I think about it, and then it just comes to me.
That's what it is?
Oh, so it's carrot?
I have two. For like crab meat, I have one that's shredded carrots and I season it with spicy mayo.
Oh, wow.
And then there's another one with baked tofu.
Oh, I was going to say, don't give the sauce away like that.
I don't care.
You don't care?
I feel like when people would tell me like, oh, you know, like kind of like protected, or you know, I feel like there's enough for everyone, and if you want to make it, like sometimes they're like, oh, we shouldn't have two of the same vendors and two of this. I'm like, everybody makes their things so differently, you know.
Have you seen anybody try to mimic you?
No, I've seen other vegan sushis, and
I only know one other one, but they're like OC based. The Naughty Boy sushi, I think. Yeah,
I haven't tried it, but it looks so.
Yeah,
good.
it looks bomb. I ain't gonna lie. That's the only one I know. And then you. Yeah.
Yeah. Then there's this Mexican restaurant.
Oh, Maletera. Yeah, Maletera. Yeah. We were just there. We had the nachos and all that shit. Yeah.
Fire.
Their sushi is good too. I haven't had it there.
I really like their jalapeno poppers.
You're like, my shit better out.
They're different. Like they have some good roast beef. I don't know.
I love this whole like Mexican vegan wave though. Like I love it. It's so dope that when I had the vegan munches, I was just like, I feel like I have my mom's cooking right now.
Oh my god, vegan, I love her.
Right? She's about to come back this weekend. She back every weekend after this weekend. That's dope. Yeah. I think like, even when she's doing like the backyard pop-ups, like I was a game changer. I'm like, you're doing it for Fontana from your house. Like you're showing people like I was there. We were there, lined up like fiends on what was it? Thanksgiving.
I saw the videos. Different people.
It was raining. People, this line was to the back. For some vegan food, like I was just like, man, this is amazing. She ran out. We got the last tamales. We got the last batch of tamales. Everyone else behind us had to wait 2 hours, come back 2 hours later. And she prepped so much for the Christmas, for Christmas, but even then, I went after work for Christmas to go line up. That shit, boom, wrapped around the fucking street. I'm like, this is amazing. Yeah. It's so dope, and it's people like, why? Like, where's the Univision at? Like, they're to be here, like interviewing her and doing all this shit, and they don't be showing the love. I'm like, man, fuck y'all. Yeah. That's funny. That's wild though. That's super dope, man.
It's amazing.
What plans do you see with your business, or what do you aspire to do with it? Do you want to switch it up? Do you want to try
storefront?
Storefront, yeah. We see a storefront
like a vegan sushi bar.
I have a lot of visions. I have
Which you want to manifest first?
Strip club in it.
Yeah. Maybe that could be one of the visions. I'm down.
Yo, strip ass and sushi in your face.
Blunt in one hand and
man.
cheater chopsticks in
the other. That'd be fire. Hey, that'd be fire.
Throw a roll on.
Do you want to do other kind of food though, or do you want to just stick to sushi?
Yeah, I like making all kinds of food. I have a menu that when I do have a restaurant, because it's so hard to make a lot of food, like at a pop-up, you know, because it requires like some different equipment, like the plating, the time, because when I first started, I would make the rice on site, I would cut up all the vegetables, like I would just do everything right. I would get crazy lines and people would get, I haven't heard like someone say, I don't like your sushi, it doesn't taste good, you know, but I've heard, you take way too fucking long, and it's not, you know, like, it was good, but I don't want to wait 2 hours. People waited 2 hours. And
really?
It's just, yeah, like, because sometimes we would finish the rice, and then we have to cook more, and by the time it wouldn't finish cooking, you know? So, yeah, like, I had a little rice cooker, you know? Now I have a big fryer. I use the little one for smaller events, but if I know it's going to be a big event, I could take the big fryer. Like, the first time that I saw like so many how like the internet could just troll and be so mean was like someone posted a picture like with their food and they're like, oh, I don't know why these self-proclaimed chefs do this if they don't have the right equipment, like professional, you know, rice cooker and fryer and all of that. And I'm like then nobody would have anything. Like, we gotta start where we can, you know? Like, I don't have the money to buy all of that. Like,
and they would add you too?
Yeah, they tagged me, and you know, it was fine. I learned learned a lot. You know, I was just it really like pushed me to be like, okay, what's another way that I could get the food faster? You know.
Yeah.
So now you know, we'll shred our carrots before and our veggies and.
And you have a team now to help you.
Yeah.
Before it was just you and your.
So at first it was me and Jade's dad, and then he went out of the picture, and then I've had different. I had my mom help me for a while, and just different people at my old job at Vegan Fresh. I have 2 friends that I met from there that really helped me, and were great employees.
Yeah.
So yes, I have Erica. She's like always with me too, and she's learning everything, and I'm excited for her to help me take over.
Is Vegan Fresh any good?
I haven't been there in a very long time.
At the time, was it good?
So she has good food. I would make it better just because like I would like take what she had and like make something new with it, because like all the flavors by themselves weren't so good, but mix them.
You would throw your spice on.
Yeah, and it was delicious once like I got to mix the things, you know. Last time I went there, probably like a year ago, I was like, wait, but can I get a little bit of it? And she was just like, because I like doing a little bit of everything, and it makes it good. But yeah, she was just like, well, since you used to work here, I'll give you 2 options. I was like, okay. But yeah.
Have you been to Veggie?
Veggie, like the deli.
Yeah.
No, I've worked with her like in pop-ups, but I haven't made it to the deli.
I reached out to her today to come to the podcast, and she was down. I'm like, word.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah.
Where was the vegan place we went to this past weekend?
Oh, I don't want to. If we're gonna talk bad about the actual food, we're gonna give our reviews. I don't want to say the name.
Okay.
But we'll tell you off camera. But it's in Chino Hills. It's
That's it. That's it.
But the burgers were not good.
Oh really? I think I know what you're talking about, and I've been wanting to go there, but I haven't made it.
It starts with the B? Yeah, it's not. It was.
Oh, they look so pretty.
No, I was excited, and it was just like. The price point was good though. Like it was like a $14 meal, and it was a good sized burger with the fries and the drink. I liked the price point, but it was just. It wasn't it. It wasn't it. I've had a bit like you've been to Monty's, right?
Yeah. My favorite.
Monty. I think Monty got the cheeseburger game on lock.
Yeah.
Like they got that on lock.
Yeah.
So I always try to. I don't want to say the name because I don't want to talk bad about them, but because it's still dope that they're a vegan option and everything. But it wasn't. Cause I was excited too. It looked good.
But that ice cream though.
That wasn't from them though.
I know.
Oh. It wasn't ice cream. Like what, sorbet?
Well, yeah.
From where?
I don't know. It's from that same because like where that restaurant's at, it's like a little shopping center.
Okay.
There's like a little ice cream spot, but they have their only vegan options like some sorbets. They're pretty good.
Strawberry and pineapple? No, mango and pineapple.
And the lemon one.
No, there was no lemon.
There was 2. It was the peach one and the lemon one. It don't matter, but yeah, there was 2.
I think the lemon one was pineapple.
Oh yeah, so futures for JadesVeganSushi. Restaurant, storefront, other food, other dishes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely other dishes. Yeah, I'm working on something right now, but I don't want to talk about it.
Cool.
But because it's underground.
It's in the works.
But it's in the works.
I appreciate when people just do it and then you talk about it. Like, don't soon this. I'm gonna do this. Just do it.
Yeah, but when I do it, I want to come back and tell you guys
man,
it's super cool.
I appreciate you. It's dope, man. It's cool to know get to know the people behind the business. That's why when I was at the little what do you call it, a fair pop up thing, whatever.
Yeah.
That's why I just wanted to show my face because I was like, who's Jade in here? Because you said your sister though, no?
No, I said my daughter.
Oh, okay. I thought I could have heard you. I heard you say your sister. But I just wanted to show my face because I'm like, these probably don't even know. Because I know, I'm not a popular podcast, so I don't want people to feel like I'm a weirdo and I'm just trying to reach out. That's why I have all the videos on my page. Like, look, just peep this shit. Just come. And people are always surprised. Like, the guests are always surprised because they're like, they're like, dang, you really do be watching me. I'm like, well, I'm a fan of you guys because if not, I wouldn't ask you to come on my podcast. I don't just ask you to come. I don't ask anybody just to come on. Like, I have to really either like your product or like you as a person or, just like what you're putting out, basically.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you. Because actually, when I go back to, when you you surround yourself with people that you just don't vibrate with, you know, I became so quiet. Like, I wouldn't really talk. And even now, like, when you get to know me, I talk a lot. But if not, I am not a person that's just, like...
Right.
Makes small talk.
Right,
like,
yeah.
I don't like small talk. But, so yeah, thank you. Because a lot of people don't know, like, they might be working next to me, and then it just... I don't open up so easily, like, go up and open up. Like, there has to be something for me.
There has to be something going on.
Yeah. But thank you, because this gives me the opportunity to do that too.
Yeah, anytime. So where can people find you at? What's your ads? Give people the ads.
So, well, at JadesVeganSushi on Instagram.
At JadesVeganSushi.
And Facebook. And yeah, like I'm so happy because we've been popping up in the Inland Empire, which is great because when I first started, it was like Torrance, Santa Ana, LA all the time.
You had to make the drive out there all the time?
Yeah,
And was that to drive out there, was it harder even to like prepare like food and everything? Just because of the distance and the...
Well, there's the cooler, and then like the rice has the vinegar, so it helps it. Like, it was more just like, well, I have to wake up super early, beat the traffic, you know, then you're so tired the way back, and you have to like drive back. And then, yeah, but I'm from the Inland Empire, so being able to show this to my community, it was just like, yay, you know, it makes me feel really good.
That's dope.
From home. Because over there, they always ask you, where are you from, you know? It's like, oh, San Bernardino, and I don't know, people sometimes will be like, oh, you know, kind of feel like, oh, like, feel bad for you. It's like, no, like,
I always ask that too, like, where you guys from? And because if it's from the IE, it gives me more of a pleasure to support. Like, I like to circulate the money, you know, where my region.
You do question the Dino, though.
I do question the Dino. I do. Melissa was here. Melissa was like, I'm not going to the Dino. It's like, it's not bad.
Me too. I get it.
He'd be like, I said, I was like, there's a warehouse sale in San Bernardino. He's like, sketch? I was like, what's so sketch about that?
You're like, right. There's sketchier things.
Like, well, I want to go to a session in San Bernardino. That's kind of sketch.
Fuck no. Have you been to a session?
That's where actually started before a pop-up. Like,
oh,
at
word.
the sesh. Yeah, my friend, she ran one of the sessions down there. And she's like, oh, yeah, you should, you know, sell your sushi here. So I set up a table, and we did medicated tuna there and regular tuna. Regular sushi. So yeah, that's where we started.
Can I put an order in?
Yeah.
Yo, oh my goodness.
Wait, order for the...
medicated sushi?
Oh, damn. Like, you get your stone?
It was a tincture that I would add to the sauce and then marinate the tuna with.
Oh, it don't matter. I want to try it.
Okay,
that should be in your secret menu.
It was for a long time. Like, I had it, like, only, like, a certain amount of people knew, and they could go and get it. They just had to message me or let me know I would carry the tincture with me. But yeah, I just stopped doing it because a lot of people were like a lot of places where we would vend, like, oh, like, no cannabis, you know, or like, no this. I didn't want to get in trouble or anything, but I still do. I think it just kind of faded away, but if people tell me, I'll do it.
Can you do it with the sushi?
Huh?
Can you do it with the sushi?
Yeah, so it's in the sauce. So
it's in the sauce, bro.
Can I put an order in, please?
The first time I had anything medicated vegan was from Just Vegana. I had her CBD. Her THC pozole, the medicated pozole.
Oh, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. This was when before Tierra Madre Tierra was when it was
the wasabi.
Yeah, wasabi roll. Yeah, when it was that, and they had their event there, and then that's the first time I had Just Vegana, and I was like, yes, have pozole, and then they were like, you guys 21, and we're like, why? I'm like, why are you asking for someone for pozole? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, well, we have some, but just medicated ones, so you have to be 21. I'm like, oh yeah, for sure. So it actually gets you high as fuck, dog. But it tastes so bomb. Cause I don't like edibles. Cause I hate tasting the weed, and you can't taste it in the food.
Yeah.
So
can you taste it in the sauce?
No, that's why I liked it. Cause I don't like the taste of And that's why I like the tincture, because the tincture has no flavor, so then you just put it in there.
Bro, we need some of that. I getting that heart attack with the medicated heart attack.
Please, like,
do you,
I'm talking like if you could, are you making anything Saturday?
I'll let you know. I need to re-up on the tincture.
Oh,
'Cause,
yeah, Saturday. Every Saturday I'm in there, bro. Okay.
But yeah, I could just take it. So I'll message you. I'm
for
pretty
sure,
sure
yeah.
that I could get it.
Oh, bro, I'm about to get house. Ooh, shit. That's fucking amazing. That's amazing.
Oh my god. I'm like mind blown right now.
Do you have a set schedule like during the week, or just always random? Like just stay to like follow you to know where you're gonna be.
Yeah, follow me to know. Like I'm trying to do all the Sundays at Vegan Sunday and
SB.
SB. And then the Riverside one on Saturdays. Mondays, we're right here at Source Studio.
Where?
It's a yoga studio in front of it. It's by Mount Rubidoux.
Okay.
It's like 5 vendors, and we do
Mondays?
meatless Mondays from 5 p.m. to 8:30 p.m.
Meatless Mondays, you know? Cause that's like 15 minutes.
Yeah, so we started it this month for
My wallet's screaming at me right now.
I hate going to these events because I spend so much money, but. Cool Mondays because I like when there's every day's covered. So I know
because there's different people who have different schedules. So it's just nice. It's accessible there.
Have you had anti-dairy? Fight Club. Chinese food.
Oh no, the food looks so good, but I have not tried them.
Yeah. See, Sunday I dedicate my Sundays to them because Sundays are they've always had opened up on Sundays. And so I always go to them on Sundays. But so Saturday, I'm glad that Riverside got something here. And on Mondays, that's closed too. So
I've been going there every Sunday too.
Where to? Anti?
I just went this past Sunday.
Bro, it's amazing. But you can get that orange chicken during the week too, not just Sundays. You can get that shit all the time. That orange chicken shit. That's not just the weekends.
Bro, I can have that every fucking day.
No, that shit really is good, huh? And Poe cook it too, so it's like not her parents doing it. So it'll be vegan. Yeah, bro.
I always get 2. 1 to go, 1 for here.
Nice.
It'll be like 21.12 with 15% tip at it.
Do you take any like days off where you don't schedule anything just to like me time or you time?
So I'm working on that right now. Like there was a lot of me time. Well, a lot of resting and like the holiday season because there's not a lot of work around the holidays. And right now it's like picking up. But yeah, I wanted to get to a point where I have a team. Like I just started therapy, like just like counseling. And this Wednesday's gonna be my second session. So I was like, I was about to cancel it because I got work on Wednesday. Like someone's like, oh, you want to pop up? And I was like, oh, okay, yeah. But then I was like, okay, I'm not gonna cancel, and I'm gonna have 2 of my helpers help me. And I was like, and that's just me, the part of letting go, because I like to make sure that everything's going good. So yeah, so I'm in that transition, but so I could have more time because my daughter, like, she'll be like, oh, you work all the time. Like, I thought you said you were the boss. But I'm like, well, yeah, but I still got to pay bills. Like, I can, just because I'm the boss doesn't mean I cannot go to work. Yeah.
The boss eventually going to be, chilling.
Right. That's what I was talking about today in the morning. I was like, that's why I'm working so hard right now. And then we're going to travel, Jade.
How old is your daughter?
She's 6.
She's 6.
But she talks so clearly. Like, ever since she was little, I've always just talked to her like
an adult.
Thank you. Not like, oh my God. I hate that shit. Like, I thought your kid can't talk yet. Because you talk to him like a fucking worse than he talks.
Yeah, people be like, wow, her vocabulary. I'm like, oh yeah, like, I talk to her a little bit too real sometimes.
And your daughter's fully like plant-based too?
No, she's vegetarian.
Okay.
Yeah, like, it's her I started with her vegan, and people would be like, oh, what if she doesn't want to be? And I was like, well, that's her choice when she can, you know? But right now she lives with me.
Right.
But yeah, with her dad, he'll give her pizza, and she loves cheese pizza. She doesn't need any animals. She doesn't need any, like, dairy milk or anything, but she'll eat quesadillas and cheese. Like, she'll eat vegan ones too, but she likes the other ones.
I was the same way. I can't stand the cheese pizzas now. Can't look at them right.
I can't even look at cheese no more. Like, just seeing the stretch disgusts me.
Yeah, and I'll tell her, like, I've showed her not like gruesome videos, but just like how they take away the baby cows, and you know, and she tells other people all the time, and she feels bad about it, but she'll still have a pizza when she goes to her dad's, like a cheese pizza. But yeah, I don't want to like control her or like want her to like despise it because I forced it on her. So, you know, I just try to...
kids will do that.
Yeah, I know.
You force something on them, they'll just...
When I grew up, my mom always told me I can't eat this.
So let me do that.
I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
I was like that. It's exactly me.
Yeah?
Yeah, I did not eat meat for 17 years. Just listen to my mom. No one else like...
Then you got influenced by the wrong people.
Nah, I just tried...
The wrong frequency.
I just tried something new. And then I had to learn that I didn't like it. And it wasn't for me. I had to learn the purpose of why. I didn't want to just do it to do it. I didn't want people...
You cheated on your main and you want to go back to your main.
Yeah. I go back to the main and I tell her, like, yo, I miss you. I love you. I understand
I was
love.
fucked up.
Yeah.
I just need to try something new.
That's exactly what happened.
Beauty of being human.
Oh,
I
man.
had to find myself. I wasn't being me.
Man.
Yeah. Quote unquote.
Oh, man. Well, Jade, I appreciate you. I mean, sorry, I called you Jade.
Everybody calls
you Jade. I figured everybody called you Jade.
Yeah, I like it. That's why I chose it for my daughter.
Oh, okay. How does she feel about that? The company's named after her. Does she feel
she
like
loves it.
orgullosa?
Oh, very much. Yeah, so she'll be like, "Are you gonna change it to like Stephanie?" And I'm like, "No." Like it's. And another thing, like when I started this company, you know, I want her to just have something when she's getting older. She needs to work, you know, like
she have a job when she gets older.
She could be responsible. Like, what role do you want to take? You know, like obviously you're gonna start from the bottom up, and then just be like, what do you want?
And regardless if she realizes it or not right now, like you're showing her you're an example of being your work ethic. You know, like putting the work in, and you're showing her like. Yeah, because right now they don't click, but when she gets older, it's like, I remember mom when you used to always be working, I get it now, like, you do what you build, like, you know, so that's when it's gonna feel more like, yes. You get it. I tell my mom that all the time now, I look back and I'm like, Mom, I can't believe I used to talk to you like that sometimes, or talk back certain things, and I realize I am the way that I am because, you know, like, when it starts clicking, and then you start appreciating them more, and you start realizing, like, man, you guys really did you guys were awesome to me, and I'm over here being a crybaby, throwing tantrum when I don't get something, and not once did they ever switch up on me. Not once did they ever were like, we like you less, you know. They never, my mom never gave me the cold shoulder because I was rude to her, you know. So just no shit like that. You don't see it when you're younger because you're young, but now you're older, you appreciate it, and you're like, damn, mom, like that's why she's my best friend. And my mom's my best friend. I can tell my mom whatever and anything, and even like now we live across the country from each other, but we once a week we have a 2-hour conversation. So, you know, it's dope. Nice. It's dope.
Yeah.
But before we get out of here, Stephanie, thank you so much for coming through. Yeah. I really do appreciate it. I thought you were going to bail on us today.
I was in yoga, like, you know, we're doing, I was like, because I switch, you know, has this, like, general or...
primary.
Oh, yeah,
primary night. So I have very few, like, the people, because, you know, with, like, the reposts, it gets crazy. So, like, people that I need to find, I have them there, but it doesn't show me notifications. Mm-hmm. So I dropped off my daughter at school, and I've been, you know, in the car all day, like, doing stuff. And then, so I was doing my yoga. And I was like, oh, my God, like, he probably messaged me. I didn't actually, like, I already knew I was going to come, but I was like, I didn't actually be like, oh, okay, let's, you know, I'm going to be there. And, yeah, as soon as I got off, I, like, saw it, and I was like, I knew this. And then you weren't answering, so I was like, okay, I'll wait here for a little bit, and then I'll just go home. My bad.
No, because I fell asleep, and he got home, and he was just like, hey, so no podcast? And I'm like, I don't know, bro. She hasn't got back to me. I think she ghosted me. But I had just said, too, unless, because I told him about the yoga class, I'm like, unless she just shows up, like, yeah, I'm on my way. And that's eventually, you know, what ended up happening. So I'm like, cool, bet, you know, we're going to get ghosted. But any last words before we get out of here? Where can they find you again? Where can they follow you?
Yeah, thanks for listening.
JadesVeganSushi. Yeah. Go follow her on IG so you can see what schedule around the IE. You're mostly IE just, right? Like, you don't really go to LA as much?
We're going to do, like, once or twice a month. 3 times a month.
Bro,
So
okay.
we have a lot of our customers out there that they want us, so we're happy to go.
Yeah, go there, order 2 crunch rolls and a heart attack. Thank me later.
Yes, if you like sushi, please, hit her up. Give it a chance. If you don't eat vegan sushi, it's just as good, probably even better. So
No,
just
it's
give
better.
Well, to us, it's better. Just because it's everything else behind the food, not just the taste. But yeah, y'all go do that and support Stephanie and Jay's Vegan Sushi. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, man. We out of here. Overly Blunt Podcast. See y'all next week.